Guys, very cool. So we basically are finished with everything. I guess I'm just streaming because I said I was going to, and I think we can probably find some tweaks that we can fix in here. A few bugs come to mind. I see we have Mr. Avocado back. Awesome, very cool. That VR Kid, I don't know that I've actually seen you in here before. Good to have you. Star Kid, I actually don't know that I've seen Star Kid in here either, but we had like 10 people in here yesterday, so you guys might have slipped through. I wasn't able to read the whole time. And Lucas, very cool. So, yesterday we had basically made this city better in that we had gotten rid of basically all the boring parts except this part over here. I guess I wanted to leave at least one kind of boring part. And then we had put floors under everything and we had made this part of the city taller. The reason you can't see it is because they are fading out, which is what happens when you play the actual game. What's interesting is they don't. Looks like everybody's joining in now. Welcome, everybody. We're just going to kind of do some casual stuff today. It'll probably end early because there's not a lot left to do, depending on how long it takes me to solve these final few bugs. So what's interesting is it looks like the buildings are fading in and fading out, but what's actually happening is I'm just fading them into the skybox and fading them out of the skybox. So when you're rendering an object in a game, you can render it opaquely or transparent. And when you render an object transparently, it's actually a lot harder on the GPU, on that graphics processing unit. So I didn't want to make it transparent. I didn't think the Quest could handle it. So I just made it fade into the skybox instead. So that's going pretty... So that went pretty well. But when the skybox isn't... Oh, which reminds me, I need to change that. What was it, daytime? There you go. So now you see what's happening. So it's not that it's like fading out or fading in. It's just turning into the skybox. So that's kind of funny. Good thing I saw that, or else I would have just shipped this game. You adding a knife slide on walls? I don't think I'm going to add the knife slide just yet. We'll see after it releases if I want to do some changes to it, but I still have to... You guys are really pumped up about this game, but I'm still making a game a month, so you gotta give me time to make this other one as well, so that you guys can be pumped about that one. They're all gonna be good. Okay, let's see here. What do we even have to do? Let me open up a script. To do... Maybe grab from web building or that little surprise, a plank at the beginning with surprise. Display level 1 universal menu. Okay. Okay, and then there's these bugs here. Basically, we'll probably fix this one. The other ones I'll probably just fix off stream because they will be extremely boring to watch me do. What about the dual web shot? I think we already have dual web shots. What do you mean the dual web shot? Oh, sorry, not throw power seems less on device. In fact, I think that's probably not a thing. Okay, cool. So let's see if we can figure out this one. When grabbing silk and shooting another silk, you slide off of the grab. Let's see if we can reproduce that. That's the first step to... Oh. Yeah, that could be interesting, actually. Yeah, it is an interesting idea to have different silk types. I imagine like a bomb silk where it shoots out a ball and that ball explodes and shoots like 16 different webs and creates one kind of instantly. I think that would be cool. There's a lot of cool ideas you can do with that. The only reason I'm not running with them is because I don't have time. Let me... Oh, dang, I might have messed up here. If you start Unity before Oculus Quest is ready to go, it will, like, mess it up. Also, let's open up loading screen. Oh my god, I did it again. After I just said I wouldn't. It looks like Unity is having some trouble for some reason. We might have to restart Unity here. Faster webs from one hand for one-handed slinging. How did you render the first look at the game with like the golden webs? I'm not sure what you mean about the golden webs. We have golden hands. Okay, let's hop back in here. In the video. You mean in the TikTok video? Huh, where am I? And what's happening? Why is my hand black? Okay, it's a good thing we checked that. Let's see here. The player is way over here. And the city is what, back here? That shouldn't be how that is though. Okay, so we'll need to do a few things. First of all, it's not spawning the player correctly. The game's in is green, not gold. Will the game be ready tomorrow? I'm not sure actually. Tomorrow I might just spend all day playing video games. It's hard to say, but I also might spend it working on this game. So let's see. Let me switch these back so that I can see. So what the heck happened there? Where did it spawn me? Okay, so there's a few problems here. So there's a few problems here. One, my vision is not fading out. Two, the spawn is incorrect. Let's go into loading screen. And let me put this piece of tape over it so that I don't have to keep my face in there. And then let's play, and let's see what happens here. Oftentimes this can be a lot of game dev, just like watching the game as it runs to see what went wrong. I'm certainly curious as to why my hands would be black. Also, the city is turned off for some reason. Okay, let me see. Okay, so there's some really weird stuff happening here. For some reason, the city is being turned off, but I don't know what would do that. see what happens here. Hey, spider. Lucky you that you have pizza. I would kill for pizza right now. So again, the city was turned off. So it's not something with scene loader. Okay, so the first bug we're trying to fix is why this. What was the description you suggested yesterday? I liked the CS box. I mean, obviously I put it in there, so now everyone's going to see it. So I thought it was good. Probably an 8 out of 10. The city. I can't even begin to. Sorry, guys. I can't even begin to imagine why this city would be turned off or who's doing it. I think that there's a. It's not this one. Oculus, like importing the Oculus thing, the Oculus plugin is just a hassle. It's such a hassle. It's insane. Like I can't. I'm trying to look for my scripts, but I'm getting all of Oculus's, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, we'll just kind of have to do a search by hand here. See if we can figure it out. Also, the light was turned off. So somewhere in my scripts, people are... Open folder, Silkworm, assets, scripts. Okay, in this one we'll do search, set active. Okay, that's going to take a second. Infinite, yes, I do love that about coding. There's just, sometimes you get the strangest, I guess, like, I'm pretty good at spotting bugs now, and I'm pretty good at figuring out what the bugs are. So if there is going to be a bug, it's normally something very strange. So that like has no trail. Like there's okay, so there's no unknown scripts. You know what? Is all of this inside of the city? It looks like all of this maybe is inside the city, and that would be the problem. Let me click off of this. It's probably controls info. Let me guess, the directional light is in here too. Okay, cool. So that's going to be the problem. Now we just need to wait for it to... Okay, cool. Okay, so it looks like for some reason when I copied all of that stuff in... Let's just do it again. So we'll... I guess get rid of all that. We'll close this. We'll move ground up. And we'll get rid of all that. And then we'll go re-grab all that stuff from the other scene that has it correctly structured. I don't know why all that stuff got messed up in the hierarchy over here, but we know that it did, so... Yes, I'm so much better than me. And Infinite Things, are you a developer yourself? It's happening, huh? When Silkworm doesn't need to peeve, all the pain will go away. I found a little indie dev team to learn the engine well. Hey, Zeno. It's been I found an indie dev team to learn the engine well. What do you mean by that, Zeno? Okay, cool. So now it actually is in here correctly. I don't know why it was broken earlier, but now it seems to be fixed, so that's cool. Okay, awesome. So now let's open up a loading screen and open this again. During night, I found it's a group of 5 people that develops games for smartphones. Yeah, sorry, Zeno, and I'm confused. Are you saying that you are now a part of this group, or you're learning from that group, or what is it that you're saying about the group? First of all, it's cool that you found some developers. Yeah, and Fox, I got rid of the boring parts of it. It's not really, like, it's a cool idea, but it's not really necessary to have all of New York City in there anyway. Woo! Wait, go back. Man, when you get a good swing in, it's so epic. Oh, that was bad. Hey, at church. Eh, eh. Oh, I need to. I need to reset my view real quick. Woo! No, I messed up. Okay, cool. So that was kind of are they there for there or not? You should make bots that are both good and bad so you converse them. Yeah, it would be cool to do something like that. Um, Again, I'm really not doing anything else at this point. Just trying to get it out to you guys. It looks like. Let me get in here and try to reproduce that bug. Hmm. Okay, so it looks like I need to change the spawn position first of all. Second of all, that's not working. Okay. And then let's see if we can reproduce this bug. Dang, I'm good. So, what was it? When you're on the web, if you shoot another one, right there. Okay, so I fell off for some reason. I'm not quite sure what did it. Dang it. Hmm. It's taking me a second to reproduce this. Um, okay, so you shoot it. Place it. Okay, so now I'm not falling off. Let's do it again. Okay. It feels like when I move towards it. Okay, I think I figured out what it is. Look at this, my little play area. Okay, so I think it's if that ball goes to the other side, then I pull. No, I really thought that was it. Wait. So let me see if you guys have any questions. Yeah, no, I think it would be fun. I need to mess with the... dang it. Okay, let me grab this. Player. Okay, la la la. We need the walking to again be a little bit looser in the beginning. Currently it's 2. Why am I not saying walk movement? Here we go. Let's give it something like that and see what that gets us. And then we might as well at the same time go into trying to figure out those other bugs. So there was one bug where the UI wasn't working, and there was one bug where the UI wasn't working, and then there was another where the spawn point wasn't good. UI interaction objects. Going to main final. What would be a good spawn point? We need somewhere where they can, well, they'll jump off and be able to swing. So we almost need one that's a little bit offset from a building. Let's find a good spot. I'm just looking for a good spot to spawn them right here. And what's up, Skinny? Good to have you here. I don't know why I'm not feeling any of these spots here. Here we go. This guy. Because you have that tall building. This should be good. Oh man, I pressed the wrong button. Oh. So this is why I was using main testing for most of it, is so that I wouldn't have to wait like 11 seconds every time the game started. You see how I'm having to wait here? And that was all basically for nothing. never thought that I saw you. Okay, it looks like post-finish UI. So there's a few things going on in my head right now. Dom, I got my Oculus account back. Yay. That's awesome, Chicky. Yeah, sorry that you were having some trouble with that. That sucks. Okay, so right now I'm trying to figure out the scoreboard showed up when I loaded into the map, and I'm trying to figure out how to make that not happen. We also have to figure out the spawn position, and then we need to figure out that hand thing, when I was pulling the webs. So let's see, and then it should be good. Let's see. So it looks like an on enable. It's placing it on the player's head, but it also was playing a sound. So that makes me think that Minigame Manager had something to do with it. Okay, so it looks like it's probably coming from this. If it's less than 0, say that it elapsed. What was guarding against this happening every frame? Let me take a look at current time. Okay. Alright, see you, Lucas. It must be that it turns this stuff off. Okay, cool. When is the estimated time frame for playtesters? A couple hours, days, weeks? There's still a few bugs that I need to fix, CS Fox. Maybe a couple days. I keep saying a couple days, but that's only because I keep adding stuff and then I have to fix that stuff. So it'll be better when you guys get it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. Cool, so that should fix that. Then we need to bring this spawn point game object align with view. We basically need to move it down here. Move it down here, set it to that. Set it to something like this. Let me give it a cube so I can see what's actually happening here. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's where we'll want them to spawn. Something like that. Okay, cool. And then we'll want to grab that controls info into game object. Move to view. Do this. Probably somewhere about right there. Okay, and then we'll want to make a little custom cube here, which we can just use this one, and we'll call it plank. I guess for right now we won't do anything crazy, but we'll put them at... I'm basically making a little plank for them to walk out onto. Or not floor, not rock slide either, building. Okay. Okay, we'll want to set that to building, and then we'll want to, okay, that should all be good. And then we can just put that in the, I guess, the city. Okay, so we have this little plank for them to walk out onto. We have their new spawn point, and we need to take these values and place it in the spawn manager. Okay, because we changed their spawn points, so now we need to go in and actually change those values. Otherwise, they would still spawn on the old point. What am I doing? Okay, cool. So that should fix, basically, it should fix a lot of the problems we were having. I'm pretty sure just turning those things off is going to fix that problem. And then it should be good. So save it. Okay, and then we will want to go back into our loading screen and play and see what that gets us. Oh. Okay, so this thing wasn't close enough. It also needs bitmaps, and this plank isn't long enough. So let's fix those things real quick. This is probably half a meter too big. So let's make this 3 and let's make this 9. And we'll do the same here. 3, 9, cool. And then we'll come back. And yeah, so it was really like jaggedy looking. I believe that's because it doesn't have bitmaps, although that sounds like something I would have turned on. So I'm a little worried that it's something else. But if it is something else, I don't know what it would be. I've never seen a UI look that terribly before. But first of all, let's go ahead and move it a little closer. Let's make this longer. Is it like angled? It is angled. How did that happen? Okay, cool. La la la, and then we needed to check this. Okay, so it did not have bitmaps. I don't know why. If your texture is looking poorly, so essentially what bitmaps are is it's different versions, and you can actually see it here now that that's created. These are all the bitmaps. So that's the original one. That's the first bitmap, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. The reason you do that is because as the object gets farther and farther away, you don't want to be displaying this really high res image because you don't need it. You want to be displaying a lower res one. And in fact, there's some things that make it look better to display a lower res one. But if anything, just for the fact that you don't need to be rendering a really high resolution texture if it's 1,000 meters away. Because they won't be able to read it anyway, so you just render this, you know, and all they see is a white thing and think like, oh yeah, I just can't see it, it's too far away. So that's what that is. Okay, so we'll save that. Load up the loading screen. Play it again. Okay, so that's way better. But I'll probably still move it a little bit off to the side. Anyway, so now let's see if we can figure out what we had originally come here to. And this plank is pretty cool, and it's a good starting spot because you can jump off, hit that one, get a nice swing in for your first swing, since you're going to be having a hard time swinging. You'll see when you guys play the game, you'll have a hard time getting off the ground. Yeah, most people when they try this game for the first time can't get higher than they do this, and that's about all they can do. Okay, cool. So what was I gonna do? You can see the buildings are above the ground. Okay, so I was trying to figure this out again. Maybe it's the other side. Oh, okay. That broke it. So basically right now I'm just doing it, I'm just reproducing it a bunch of times so that I can try to figure out in my head what it is that's making it happen. Oh, you know what it probably is? You know what it probably is? You shoot, it attaches you, you try to move yourself away. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. Oh. I'm attached. That's why I can move forward, and that's why I have some leeway up here, but as soon as I try to move far enough away, it's going to pull me off. Okay, very cool. And that's kind of what you do. You just kind of remake the bug over and over again until you can work through your mind what must be happening. Okay, so what are our options on that? Basically, I think it would be that in Silk Swing, on Silk Latched, node, the distance between the node and the player's center, plus a little bit for good measure. Float extra length equals get other hand dot get components or sorry, actually, you know what it is. Get other hand dot states equals hand states dot climbing grabbing wall. Sorry. If it equals this, then we're gonna make it just a little bit more like we'll give it like, how long is an arm? I guess an arm is no longer than like 0.5. Let's give it like 0.6 meters, and otherwise it's going to be 0.035, which is what we already had down there. So basically what I'm saying here, So basically all I'm saying here is that, okay, when you're creating the joint that's going to allow you to swing, so like you shoot the web, it hits the wall, then it attaches to you and you can swing off of it. It actually attaches to your body, not your hands, although you don't really notice. I'm basically saying, like, when you attach to the wall, check your other hand. If that hand is climbing on something, then go ahead and make the joint distance a little bit longer so you have a little bit of leeway on that one. And then here, I'll add to the distance the extra length. Okay, so we'll take another look at this. I think we actually need to open up main final again. Okay. Has anyone been doing the C# course at all? Has anyone taken a look at that? Okay, so I figure we just move this kind of off. Okay, so their position. I need a. What I need. Where you just have bad internet, Lucas, or you should get Starlink. Okay, cool. So it would be nice if they would face. It would be nice if they would face this direction, but I don't know that that's going to happen. Let me think. You deserve so much better than me. I guess we could probably hard code the rotation in as well. Let's see. Player dot rotation equals quaternion dot Euler. I think that will work. Dot Euler 0 negative 68.01 rounded up 0. Okay, cool. I just want them to be facing the right direction. Okay, cool. And then let's go back to loading screen. You deserve so much better than me. Let's go back to loading screen. It's plain here. In the video canvas. This could be moved up 1, I think. And then the video canvas can be as well. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second on that thought drifter. 1 second. And then CS Fox, I don't... Okay, that seems pretty good to me. All right, let me read these comments. Woo! CS Fox, sorry, I'm not sure what I was telling. Everybody tell him to look at the meme. I don't know what meme I'm looking at, CS Fox. You're going to have to tell me again. Eventually, you need to learn programming to do games, but Unity also has a bunch of visual scripting tools to help non-programmers build games. Any thought on those for non-programmers? I have not personally used those, but I do imagine that they probably are an easier way to get started, yes. So, that's a good point. You guys, it's in general. Okay, I'm not going to look at it now because I'm streaming, but I'll look at it after this. Yeah, Playmaker Bolt. I think Unity actually has its own now. So if you guys have ever done like Scratch or anything like that, this would be kind of like that. Okay, so I guess they absorbed Bolt. Yeah, so it kind of looks like this. So it's the same exact thing that they did with... You guys know how, like, to make that rock wall, I had this, and I had connecting all these nodes and stuff like that. This is basically going to be exactly the same. This is going to be the same here. All right, let me look at this since you guys want me to so bad. Oh my god. So funny. Alright, you guys got me good on that one. That's funny when your mom tells you to. Oh my god, that's so funny. Alright. Good job. Good job, guys. I'm glad I went and looked at that. So yeah, I won't watch the introduction. You guys can watch that. But yeah, actually, Thought Drifter is correct. This would be a way easier way for you guys to learn programming. I personally, I guess I just don't say it just because I never did it. So it's not my background. But that makes sense. Told you. Yeah, you guys got me. Toxic Phantom in probably a couple days here. I know I keep saying a couple days, but it's only because I want it to not be Cyberpunk. Okay, now let's test. Now let's test out that. Ooh. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's at least an arm's length. I'm gonna punch my screen. Okay, so at least I can't get away from it. It's at least long enough for that. So now it'll be. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. What did that just hook onto? Where is this going? Oh, it hit that building over there. Wow. Woo, going fast, baby! I made it so that you don't slide on the silk, just because it makes more sense to me. Then you go backwards. Woo! It's like you're riding a roller coaster. It's insane. Oh, owie. Wow, I just barely missed that one. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, Neckmane. And hey, Deadlock, haven't seen you here before. Glad you're here. Do you know when the game will be published? Yeah, so probably in a couple days it'll be available to play testers, and then after that, 1.5, 3.5. Okay, cool. So, and then after that, it'll be like 6 weeks before Oculus finally gets to it, I'm sure. And hey, Sabotage. To play this game right now. No, but there is a way to play it in like 2 days. You just have to be a playtester, join the Discord. Is there a final time you're working on the game? This is the final time I'm working on the game, yes. Because there's really not a lot. Even this will probably cut short. I probably won't make it till 5. We already got rid of the big... the only bug that I didn't really know how to solve, we already got rid of it. So that doesn't bode well for the rest of the stream. Yeah, good to have you, Deadlock. We got a lot of fun people in here, so feel free to ask around. CS Fox likes to go crazy. He's a good person to meet. Okay. This annoyed me a little bit. I know this is a little nitpicky, but we have the time anyway, so I'm going to do it. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so when you walked over this, if you look here, it's just slightly above it. So we're going to go in here and we're going to change that. Let's go make this a 0. Okay, so it's higher than that. So this is going to be a 9. Okay, so it's higher than that. Okay, that's just a little too slow. And that's too fast. Okay, but that's a good view. We can see it from there. So basically we're just going to do like a little bit of a binary search to try to find this. So is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Okay, so that's a little high, so it's 3. And then so it's 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 7, 3, 8, 3, 9. Looks like 4 might have actually been perfect. Although it could be 3, 9, 5. Uh-oh. Yeah, probably good enough. Okay, cool. And that's how you do a little search there. You just work through the decimals. Join the Discord to pick... Hey, Salad Hat's here. Joking Glax. Well, imagine if it was multiplayer. I'm in the Discord. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, multiplayer would be very fun. I don't even think you would... I think it'd just be fun to swing around with them, honestly. I don't even know that I'd have to do anything crazy. Okay, and then... Now I'm just... I mean, now because I have nothing to do, I'm just getting a little nitpicky on all this stuff. This was a little bit... Let's move it over here. Let's make them walk over to the plank to read about this. And let's take a look from the top. And let's maybe make it orthographic so that it's easier to place. That's a little trick, going orthographic. um, will make it easier to place things. Okay, cool. So that should be good. Turn off ISO. Come back in here. And that should all be good. Okay. Now let's go into the Plink at the beginning. Okay. Display level and universal menu and grabbing the Silka. Okay, we figured that one out. This one's kind of a whole thing. This one's kind of a whole thing here. So I want to stay away from it. For now, we can just do, and again, I can't do screenshots or make the video on the stream. So let's take a look at this. So I'll explain real quick. Let me think. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about what the characters would look like. That's funny. No, you're right, that would be a problem. I'm sure I'd just find some random thing. We'll open up Game Dev Tricks. Okay, cool. So if this is the wall that you're climbing, oh my gosh, I can't draw straight for crap. Why is it? Sorry guys. Oh, it's literally brown. Okay, cool. If this is the wall that you're climbing and you grab right here on this point, it basically, and then you try to throw yourself either off the wall or up the wall. The check that it basically does is it takes if your body is this right here, it basically tracks your body's velocity, so the speed and direction at which it's moving. And if it's moving away from the wall, it'll throw you off the wall. And if it's moving close to the wall, or like close to parallel to the wall, it'll throw you directly up the wall. It won't actually throw you where your body is going, it'll throw you directly up the wall. I'm basically making an assumption that they want to go up the wall. The way I'm checking that is I take their velocity. Let's draw it over here. So if their velocity is something like this, so they would basically be throwing themselves into the wall. I take this and I first project it onto the wall that they're climbing. So now instead of that angled vector, I have a vector that goes straight up. Then I check the difference between that and this one. I find the angle. So let's say that their velocity was this, and this is the angle in between them, and let's say that it equals like 27 degrees. From there, I basically check like 27 degrees. I basically check if that's within some range. So let's say like between 0 and 30. And if it is, if the angle between those two is, I will throw them straight up the wall. And if it's not equal, I'll just throw them in whatever direction they want to go. So that's kind of how it's working right now. But I realized basically that... Oh yeah, I guess I can do that, can't I? Yeah. Nice, alright, someone's helping me out. So, thank you for that tip. The game will not be multiplayer. Okay. So, I think basically what I realized was, instead of projecting their velocity vector onto a wall and getting this straight up vector, what I should have instead done is use this normal vector. And then, because the natural tendency when you throw, the reason I'm having to do this check is that right at the end of your throw, your hand will rotate a little bit and your velocity will actually be towards the wall because you're rotating right at the end there. And so I think, sorry, but then basically the trade-off here is that I'm doing this check to either throw them up or let them go in the actual direction they want to go. But sometimes I get it wrong, and when you're trying to jump off the wall, it just throws you straight up the wall instead. So you'll look away, you'll try to throw yourself off the wall, and you'll end up just like shooting straight up the wall, which is a problem. And I think that I have a better heuristic now, as opposed to projecting. I think I need to take the normal of the wall, which is the direction away from the wall, take your velocity, instead find the angle between those two, and then I think that's better. I'm trying to think why though. I also DM'd you on Discord because I'm interested in becoming a tester. Okay, very cool. I checked those DMs at night, so I'll get back to you by tonight. Hold shift to draw straight. Will it be on App Lab? So that was probably all a little convoluted, but basically I'm just thinking, instead of comparing your velocity to the wall, I should instead compare it to the normal vector, which is basically like if I have a surface like this, the normal vector is the pen. If it's turned up here, this is the normal vector. If it's down here, this is the normal vector. It's basically the vector that points away from a surface. So that's something good to know for some math. Okay, so what was I going to do? The thought was basically that if they were within some range, I think my thought was that because of the tendency to have a velocity that is moving towards the wall, if I do the dot product, which is how you find similarity between vectors, so these two vectors, if you dot product them, it'll get you something that's like 0.8. These two vectors, if you take the dot product, it'll get you 0. And these two ones that are pointing away from each other will get you -1. So I was thinking, if I take the normal of the wall, the vector pointing away from it, and your velocity, I can probably just check if it's negative, like if they're pointing away from each other in any sense. And then that will tell me if I should throw up the wall and otherwise just have it throw away from the wall. I think that's a better heuristic, so we'll see if we can. Yeah, vectors. A green body ragdoll. Yeah, if you haven't learned vectors yet in math, you will at some point, and they're pretty useful. So get rid of all that. They are a direction and a magnitude. So basically you pick a direction and then you say how long that direction is. So for instance, if this is 1, it's basically in this direction with a length of 1. You can have the same direction and a length of 2, and that will be a different vector. So that's interesting. Okay, cool. So back to the code then. This is pretty much the last thing we're doing, so we can kind of just take our time with it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, I dropped my pen. That's okay, I'll get it later. So let's go over to climb. And then there's a let go, which is basically asking the question, is your hand actually grabbing the wall when you let go? Because that's the only way we're going to do this anyway. Then you get the average player velocity, twice actually, currently. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we have the grab normal here, which is that normal vector we were talking about. And then let's take a look at the math. So then I basically do some math, and then I say throw up wall or throw off the wall. And basically it comes down to, is the angle less than this climb threshold angle? Let's take a look at this. So the velocity on the plane, that's when I project it. Then I take the dot product of those two. Then I find the angle in kind of a weird way. I'm not really sure why I'd do that, honestly. I don't know why I'm using the dot product to find the angle in between those. I can just find the angle some other way. And then I normalize the value and add this. Okay, cool. Dot product between velocity and grab normal. Float dot velocity normal equals vector 3 dot dot. I'm trying to think if this matters. I mean, I don't think so, but let's do grab normal direction. Dot normalized. And let's make sure grab normal is normalized as well. It should be. You want to normalize vectors before you do the dot product in between them. I saw the TikTok and went to your YouTube, and now I'm excited. I hope you make it big out in the gaming world, man. Thank you, joking. I appreciate that. And yes, Snap, my TikTok is doing fairly well. Apparently people like seeing cool games be made. So that's good for me. Okay, so we have this dot product of the grab normal and the direction that they're going. And then I guess that's pretty much it. From there, I'm just going to say, let's go into climb params. And let's do public float. And let's make this a range from 0 to 1. We'll do wall dot threshold. And for now, it tends to be smart to keep your old code for at least a little bit while you're testing new code, just in case you. And then we're just going to change this to .vn, which is that new thing we got. And so throw up wall, we're basically going to say if it is less than throw off wall dot threshold. And if it is, do the velocity on the plane. Okay, so we'd still need that. And okay, that's pretty much it. And if it's not, go ahead and throw off the wall. Don't throw if it was grabbing silk. Okay, so this is a lot simpler of a function too than what I had before, so hopefully it works out. And I don't see why I wouldn't, to be honest. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, everybody who's new. If you're not in the Discord yet, feel free to join. That's where we do the playtesting and things like that. It's also a great place to learn to make games. So that's cool. Let's go into... it seems like everybody's really enjoying the Discord as well, which I think is really fun. Okay, throw off wall. Let's call it like 0.1, which actually I don't know what that translates into. There's some math there. I think the dot product is the cosine of the angle times like the magnitude of both angles. So if I did some math there, I could figure out exactly what angle this value would correspond to, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's just call it 0.1 for now. And let me make sure dot product less than, because I'm expecting this, if they're going to be climbing the wall, I'm basically expecting this to take on a value between -1 and 0. So I'm just saying if it's less than 0.1, throw up the wall to give me a tiny bit of buffer, and we'll see once we get in there. Oh, you know what? And we still need to check that the game is working too. I forgot about that. Okay, cool. So you walk up, recenter view for best experience. Okay. Okay, apparently that does not work, so we'll need to fix that. But let's go test the wall thing. Okay. Sorry, I'm afraid I'm going to hit my computer. Let me back up. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, because this is actually one of the main problems in the game. So if this is better, I'm going to be really happy about it. Oh yeah, it's way better. Ah. I'm just doing a little bit of stress testing on it to make sure that it's actually... Uh-oh. Oh. That's probably one of the best parts of the game, is just transferring in between in between these little silks. Ah. Okay, cool. I'm really happy about that, actually. That makes me really happy. So that's done, and seems to be working well. Let's go over to do. Okay, the only thing left that I really consider... No, you know what? Okay, guys. So, the game is done. So I really have nothing left to stream today. So I think that I'm just going to take that extra time that I would have used and do these things that I can't do on stream because I can't record video while I'm streaming. Is the only reason I wouldn't stream myself doing it. Otherwise, I would stream myself doing it. But basically, the only things left that I have to do are get some screenshots and make a video where basically I'm just going to be like, hey, my name's Danger Dom. Welcome to the game. You should join the Discord. It's a cool place. And that's kind of the only cost that they have for playing this game, is listening to me ramble for the first 10 seconds of it. But thank you everybody for coming out today. Sorry that it was cut short. Hopefully, actually, you know what? Does anyone have any questions before I head out, since we have time? I know you guys have questions about the game. Maybe some people would have questions about how I'm making it or how it comes together, or maybe you would have questions about that math or anything like that, or just any game concepts in general you can ask questions about. So I'll just wait for a few seconds here. So when are testers able to play the game? Yes, so I still have to fix this bug here. Some Z-fighting issues. I don't know how long that's going to take me to fix. It could take me literally 15 minutes, or it could take me like 6 hours. I'm really not sure. So I need to get that done, and then I'll need to do these two things, and then I need to do this as well. So it'll probably be another day. I'm not going to lie to you. It'll probably be another day. I need to make another TikTok video too. So hopefully by the end of the weekend. But yeah, maybe a couple days or something. Am I just the best fake Discord bot or what? Are you botting it up in there? Yeah, anyway. I won't check that now. And hey, Crusader, thanks for the concepts, by the way. Yeah, I wanted to do this one as well. If I was going to do a hand pose, I was thinking that. Because it's kind of the closest, but without actually being it. So I was thinking that, but in the end, I didn't have time to do any hand animations, unfortunately, so. And thanks for helping the new guys, Lucas. And can you maybe add windows in the buildings and like empty area in the buildings where you can zip or just run through? That would be cool. Like empty. You mean like inside the buildings add an empty area? Like hollow out the building and let you go in it? Or what do you mean by that? Yeah, I guess that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So I don't actually have a lot of control over the buildings. I guess I could make my own... I guess I could technically make my own buildings and put them in there somewhere, but you'd have to find them in the city, and the city's pretty big. Like, that's the city, so the chances of you finding my, like, one hollow building is probably pretty low. But this is all data that I pulled from the internet. So, like, this building here, I didn't model it or anything. I just got it from Google, essentially. So, that's cool. But, so no, I don't have a lot of control over that. And yeah, they're going to stay gray. So they're basically just supposed to be rock, which was just a simple texture that I found that I liked enough and was like not offensive to the eye. Like I could have made it something else, but let's see. Here, like, if I made it something like, actually that's kind of cool. It looks like you're in El Dorado or something. I could have made it something like this, but it was a little too much. I was thinking about making it. Why do I like weirdly like the gold? Anyway, what else do I have? I think I have like a moss. Considered something like that. But I don't know, it's just a little too much, I think. It's not really about the graphics anyway, I think you'll find. And I'm no artist. I would like to get an artist at some point, but I'd need to become big enough for an artist to want to work with me. Will there be quests or swing courses? Yeah, the cheese building. Any color would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely, I mean, maybe I could change the floor out to the moss. Let me see here. You deserve so much better than me. Still feel like it looks kind of weird. I agree though, I guess a little color would be nice. Yeah, I think I'm probably... So, it's a secret right now. I do know what I'm going to make next, but it's currently a secret. I will probably stay away from anything Marvel, just because when this got big, I started getting worried that they were going to try to sue me, because Marvel's known for that. I think that... I'll probably be more selective after this. So I probably won't do anything like Iron Man. Nothing that like obviously superhero. But I have some ideas. And it should be good. You'll like them. You can make your own Avenger. Yeah, that would be cool as well. Definitely throwing Captain America's shield in VR would be pretty fun. Like just or like the way, I don't know if you guys played God of War, but when he throws the axe and it like flies, then comes back and he catches it, I think that would be pretty cool too. Especially if I made it that you actually had to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't catch it, it just flies past you, and then either you have to pick it up or you have to try to grab it on the next round. I think that could be kind of fun. Something like that. Will it be superhero related? That is a secret. So I will announce that after another 2 TikToks or so. I'm behind in the TikTok game. You'll notice that for the people who joined after that last TikTok, you probably noticed that I already had like 6 more features in than I displayed. Back when I put out the climbing one, I had already had swinging in and stuff like that. And when I put out the swinging one, I already had zip lining. And so, Captain Trashcan, yeah. Yeah, I guess I could just make it. I'll just make it another bug. I'll call it like Captain Beetle. And that'll just be my thing from now on. And they'll be like, what's with this bug guy just making all these fucking Marvel games? I think you got 1 million views on your latest. I think I have 950K right now. I'm not at 1 million yet. Not quite yet. But I should hit 1 million at some point. If not, just from the next TikTok that I put out. If people like it enough, it'll push that other one over 1 million. Yeah, oh, gross. Hired cockroach. You have like 6 arms out of your body and you have like little arms coming off of it. Oh, it's so nasty. Although I guess cockroaches don't have arms on their body, do they? I'm not gonna look at pictures of cockroaches. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but I don't really want to share them because I think part of the fun is the announcement and you guys being ready to see these new games. But I personally think the next game will be fun. I'm excited about the next game. I was making it before, and I was almost finished with it, and then I started doing something else. So I think it'll be nice to come back to it and finish it up. Will you keep us updated on the Discord, though? I will probably announce it on the Discord, then announce it on TikTok, then announce... Yeah, and that'll probably be how it goes. So yeah, I'll probably announce it there first. But yeah, sky's the limit when you're making games. So I personally feel that VR is currently a very underexplored medium. Like people, they want to make shooters and that's basically it. So my goal is to just make a bunch of things that aren't shooters and that are different in some way that make it an experience that you haven't experienced before. And that's why I made this game. People are all saying there's games like this, but I personally have not played a game like this. I think this will probably be the best swinging game that there is in VR. My guess, at least mechanically, from my personal opinion. So, a Batman-style gliding around. Yeah, that actually is kind of similar to one idea that I have. It's not quite Batman, but let's call it like Bad Boy or something. So, that's one idea. Although don't hold out for anything Batman related, because it's not. It's it would involve some other stuff that I think is funny as well. But yeah, so really there's a ton of ideas, and you guys can feel free to give me ideas because I'm making a game a month, and at some point I'll probably run out of good ideas. So this kind of stuff is helpful. But yeah, I don't know. Any more questions? Okay, very cool. Well, then I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody helping each other out in the comments and stuff. And that meme you guys made of me was very funny as well. So I've never been in a meme before, so that cracked me up. But yeah, the game should be... As soon as I can figure out this weird bug I'm having, this visual glitch, I'll put it out. But then you guys will be able to play it, so... And if you haven't DM'd me yet, your Oculus email, go ahead and do that. And if you have and I've responded, then I've already added you, so don't worry about it anyway. But yeah. Decent, Lucas. Decent. All right. But I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.